Hello and welcome to my 25th anniversary playthrough of Half-Life. I'm Dario Casali and I was a game designer at Valve for 26 years between 1996 and 2022. I was in charge of shipping 19 single-player and 8 multiplayer maps for Half-Life. To mark the 25th anniversary of its release, I'm going to play through the game, share stories of what life was like in the early days of Valve and what it was like working on the game that put us on the map. I'm also really interested to see how the game feels today in 2023, and how much of it stands up now that features that were novel at the time have been a stand-in in gaming for 25 years, and virtually every fidelity aspect of games has been improved upon since. Games are infinitely more complex in almost every way now, so I'm going to look beyond the 1990s graphics and concentrate on the experience to reconnect with why this game had such an influential impact. During 1997 and 1998, when we were working on Half-Life, I wrote a daily diary that enabled me to go back and read what life was like at the time of creating this game and what life was like at the very beginning of Valve. So I'm going to draw on that and memories of what happened back then and how we built the game, as well as experiencing the game for the first time in a very long time in this playthrough. So let's get started. 25 years is a long time. One way of illustrating the passing of this much time is unfortunately a photo of me then and now. So this was me shortly after joining Valve, and this is me a short time ago. How else has life changed since the 90s? Well, as you've just seen, this haircut was still cool. This is what computers looked like. This is what we made phone calls on. This is what we used to take pictures, listen to music on the go, connect to the internet, and this is how we do all of that now. So, progress? I don't know. You tell me. Let's look at a couple more pictures before I start. This one is a photo of my first desk at Valve, which you can see they're real desks. I mean, not everybody had real desks at Valve at the time. Some people had a door resting on 2 sawhorses, but thankfully I got an actual folding picnic table. Wow, look at that, 2 folding picnic tables as my desk. And of course, you can see I'm playing Quake, which was a very popular game in the office at the time. Everybody loved id Software games. Everybody was pretty much at Valve because of id Software games. Also, you can see there's a Coke. I drank way too many of those when I was building Half-Life, and the stereo to my right, which is usually playing The Prodigy, probably. So that was my very first desk at Valve, and then here are a couple more pictures when I finally moved into a corner office with John Guthrie and Dave Riller. You can see that not really much changed, except now I'm actually doing some work. So that would have been Worldcraft on my screen, and this office is very messy and very cramped. We have our monitors back to back, and that would have been Dave Riller to the left, and that was me to the right. And then John Guthrie was to the right, still off camera, behind that little divider. Okay, so that was what the Valve offices were like in 1997. And here we have a shot of, I don't think everybody is here, but almost everybody is here. This is a shot of the Valve team who were working on both Half-Life and Prospero at the time, I believe. So this was actually 2 game teams, if you believe it, and I can't see that there are anything more than like 20 people in this shot. But that was us at the time. This was Valve's building exterior at the time. This is the Emerald building in Kirkland, Washington. All right, we'll have plenty more of these to go, but I will talk about more of this stuff as we get further into the game.
There's just one thing, dude. You have to use so many cuss words.
Well, apparently I do. After watching recordings of myself playing games, I noticed that the more I get into a game, the worse my language is. So, to keep things PG rated, I've tossed out all the foul language in favor of a light-hearted sound effect as a sort of self-improvement lesson that I'll never learn. Anyway, this is what it will look like. Missed it. Missed it! Son of a... Holy f... Wow, I suck at this. Let's just get the fuck out of here. Gee, what a mother...
Holy guacamole!
Wow. Okay, with that said, let's start this game. So, beginning of Half-Life, let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Black Mesa Hazard Course, where you will be trained in the use of the hazardous environment suit. I am your holographic assistant. Let's begin by stepping into your suit. You can see it suspended up ahead of you. If you see one of these buttons, press it, and I will appear
Yes.
to demonstrate
So the holographic training lady here was originally modeled off the office manager at the time. I think we shipped that model, but I can't be sure because although she passes a she has a passing resemblance to the office manager, and I'm not really sure if we kept that or not. But I think that's her. Alright, there's the HEV suit, everything. Haha, look at this, octagonal pipes. Yeah. Back in these days, we were only able to have 350 to 550 world geometry faces per scene. That means we could only draw 550 world faces at a time. So in order to stay into that budget, we had to do things like this, where pipes were only 8-sided, and we had to basically segment off each scene using a little corridor, little S-shaped corridor that would break the viz between one scene and another. So yeah, 350 to 550 world geometry faces per scene. To put that into perspective, I'm pretty sure modern computer game characters have more faces dedicated to a nose hair than we have to draw the entire world. I mean, I might be exaggerating, but you get the point. Alright, so let's get into this thing.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions.
Come on. Thank you, Mr. Trigger somehow.
Moving around in your HEV suit can be slightly disorienting at first.
So here's one of these things where we had to break one area from another. Talking about movement, I use strange keys because I used to play Doom with just the arrow keypad and then control to fire. But of course, as soon as multiplayer Doom came out, I wasn't nearly competitive, so I had to switch to using the mouse and the keyboard. Basically, I just put my hand on the keyboard, or my left hand on the left-hand side of the keyboard, and I had a Microsoft broken keyboard at the time, which is what they call an ergonomic keyboard nowadays. But I basically put my hand on the keyboard, and then wherever it was comfortable, I picked my movement keys, and that was before we had WASD as the convention. So I have ASCX as my convention, which is probably why earlier on you saw that they were mapped differently in WASD.
The first move we will practice in the hazard course.
Key to jump, okay.
Good work. Those new suits can be tricky.
Good work, right. I love the fact that we had these, we called them masked textures at the time, but these were basically handrails that were too expensive to render in our 550 face count budget, so we were all very excited to get these as our very first technology handbars, and as you can see, they were expertly detailed.
You will now duck under the next set of obstacles.
Okay, let's go. Oh, duck under all of them, okay. Nice octagonal pipes. In fact, these... Gosh, look at this, no light smoothing groups or anything.
Very good. I hardly noticed you. Move on to the next area.
Now we will combine skills. You will need to
Jump.
jump, duck.
Then duck, okay.
Good work. You look prepared for the next condition.
To get into these pipes, you will have to signal your
Okay,
suit
jump
with
and
a
duck
duck
together.
check.
Alright, here we
You'll
go.
stand right at the mouth of the pipe and continue to press forward. Then jump up, and while you're in midair, go into...
Subtly introduce pipe crawling. Oh, and look at this, duct crawling. This has got to be something that Half-Life is notorious for.
Walk directly into the ladder, look up, continue moving forward. If you want to come back down, just
Yes.
move backward.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, that's not true, because if I move backwards, I go down. I have to jump to come off. And I actually really like the Half-Life 1 mechanics. I like that you can turn around like this and shoot and use weapons and stuff. Half-Life 2, we turned all that off because it's not very realistic that somebody could stand on a ladder like this with no hands and then shoot.
The next 3 jumps get harder each time.
Harder
They are
jumps.
quite
Alright, let's see.
Great work. Now there's one more style
Well,
of
thank you so
jumping
much.
you need to learn. Long jumping requires its own charging module, seen here. To activate your long jump, you will have to duck and move forward, and then launch into a jump. Once you're up on the platform, press the button and I will demonstrate.
Okay. This long jump, Gabe and Mike really loved Mario, and they really wanted movement puzzles and kind of like movement dynamics to feature in this game. So we added this little thing here as a
Nice job.
little a jump skill to master. Let's move down ladders.
Please start the
Okay, button.
to the button. Now that you're up here, there's only
Alright, we're
one
going to
way
teach
down.
falling damage.
Find the target
There we
on the
go.
floor and do your best to hit it.
Yep.
If you take any damage from the fall, we will administer medical.
And there we go. Now we teach first aid kids.
Throughout the Black Mesa compound.
All of this stuff was very novel in the day, and this is why we had to teach everything here.
Your health will recover gradually until you are at full.
Up until this point, I think everybody was used to walking over little health kits on the ground, which we also have here, but this is our main health station.
To spin that bridge, walk up to.
Oh, the notorious momentary door. Boy. This invention was so useful it eventually became an ongoing ridicule meme between level designers. We'd basically say that if you couldn't think of anything better to do, add a momentary door puzzle. And in fact, this has persisted all the way through Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, the episodes, and even Half-Life Alyx. Looking at you, Jim Hughes, sorry. Right, let's see. So if we just hold this down and then jump across and then again. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that was a real crowd pleaser, that one, that momentary door thing. Well, it was an internal crowd pleaser, we should say. Alright, what's next? Push the box into the hole. Okay.
Try jumping this.
That thing is floating off the wall. This was another trick that level designers did, where if you put that thing on the wall, it would break the wall up into even more faces. So you would hover them off just slightly and then hope that the player didn't notice it like I have. And now we have to pull the box. Oh, like I just stepped on a cockroach.
To pull a box, move up to it and press your use key. While holding down the use key to keep it on the
There we
box,
go.
move
There's another one. Where did it go? Here you are.
box will come along with you.
Pretty funny. Come back. And they'll also, those cockroaches will also go towards blood, which is a pretty cool feature. Alright, so I need to just arrange these. Our physics definitely, I mean, it was good for the time, but definitely Half-Life 2 really improved that.
Finally, if nothing else works, you can try.
Alright, here we are, crowbar.
Make sure you picked up the crowbar and simply snap
That
it.
fire rate is just amazingly cool. I mean, look at that. That's just... That's so manic. And it's also funny when you swing and you're not hitting anything, it's half the attack speed. So much fun. That is just so much fun. I don't think that you would ship a crowbar this fast anymore, but it's just so ridiculous. It's so much
Activate
fun.
your suit flashlight for the next area.
Alright, so we have a little bit of armor now.
20%.
There's Barney. Oh right, this is telling me to do this.
Power 30%.
great. Remember, your flashlight drains power, so switch it off when you don't need it.
Right, target range. Ah, that means I got a gun. Cool.
Welcome
And here
to
it
the Black
is.
Mesa target range, where you will receive training in firing a weapon, reloading, and firing the attached grenade launcher. Please pick up your weapon and advance to the firing station. You'll have to hit every target in order to complete the course. But if you miss the first time, don't worry. It will count down again.
Breakable,
Try to clean up during
unbreakable.
pauses, rather than waiting to run out of ammunition at a critical time.
Alright.
To fire your grenade launcher, use your alternate fire weapon.
Wow, the physics on that grenade launcher.
Hit by grenades.
But you know what? I absolutely love this weapon.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the grenades. Notice it doesn't matter if you hit the actual person or not, just the surface. And then the last one, I believe, comes up through here and you have to use the grenade to get to it. If I remember right, yeah, see, can't shoot it like this, have to do that.
You have completed the Black Mesa target range. Please advance to the
Alright.
next area. Your HEV suit monitors blood oxygen levels. Warning.
Swimming lesson. Let's go. So if I stay under here, is it going to take away... Yeah, it's going to take away my health and then bring it back again. Swim up, I just press jump.
Catch your breath. You will see the blood oxygen indicator on your suit's heads-up display.
Okay.
This is the charging unit for your hazardous environment suit. When you are running low on power, step up to any charger and press your use key. Your suit will recharge. If you pass through fire or steam,
Alright, here we go. Damage indicator. There it is. Ouch.
activate the Geiger counter and radiation threat. Biohazards are also indicated.
Open the door, please. Thank you. Alright. That looks hazardous. Ooh, I wonder if I die in here. How far do I go back? I'm not going to test it.
Please advance to the next area.
Okay. Wow, I love those instant level transitions now.
Lead a security guard into the next room. He will let you back into the transit system. You must
Thank you,
approach the
Barney.
guard and press your use key. He will follow you until you face him and press the use key again.
Sure, I'll follow you.
Alright. The old scientist. Alright.
Access denied.
Use that, please. Thanks, Barney. Hey, look at this. The environment's getting a little better.
Press your use key to engage the
More
train.
interesting, I should say.
Press your forward and backward keys to increase or decrease the speed of the train. Press your use key again.
And off we go. I think that's the end.
Congratulations on completing the Black Mesa Hazard course. You are now fully certified for use of the HEV Mark IV protective system.
Okay, that's a playthrough of the training room, and now I'm going to begin the main game. So please join me. I have lots of more stories from back in the day, and a lot more observations as we go. It's going to be awesome. See you then.